Alright, Thrive Podcast, episode 35 or 34. 35, Thrive, PS5. Well, maybe it's 34, but we'll just say it's 35 because it rhymes with all those things. And, we're going to be talking about the PS5 today on the Thrive Podcast. So, I got the PS5 like a few days ago. You know, it's divided my life into two stages pretty much, before the PS5 and the current era, PS5 era. So it's amazing, dude. It's so good. It's like everything just works. It's like going from a Windows 98 laptop. No, it's worse. It's better than that. It's going from like those computers that took up the whole room, right, to a brand new MacBook where you open it up with one finger, you click on it, the trackpad is perfect, everything opens, everything runs together, it works. So yeah, like I got my PS4 on launch day. No, like Black Friday, which is like a week after launch day, right? And it's just old, right? It doesn't, you click a notification and it takes 5 minutes to open the party chat that you're invited to. If you hit the PlayStation button to open the menu and like do something, you better have nothing going on in the game, because it's going to be a while till you're able to click back into the game, because everything, just takes so long to load and stuff, but the PS5 is like insanely the other experience. It, like, you click the button, everything opens instantaneously. You can flip through between multitasking apps like party chats or background music, like listening to Spotify while playing games and stuff. There are just no loading screens. You start a game in 2K and that whole like pregame show bullshit, just like you can skip through all of it. You don't need to wait in the loading screen. They even, like in 2K in particular, they even took the like roster editing part where you change your rotations and the matchups and the uniforms and stuff all into the screen before it even loads the game, because the loading screen happens, it just doesn't even happen, it loads instantly. So that stuff that they use, like the adjustments they let you make like while the loading screen was happening, they just put in before the game, because there's no time to make those adjustments in the loading screen, if that makes sense. Let's talk about the controller. Like, everybody, I haven't seen it. This is a podcast, right? And the controller is a very physical experience, and it's, even watching videos of it is hard to grasp, like what, how it actually feels to experience the controller. So I'm gonna do my best, like, with my words. So here it is. Here's the controller. Here it is, visual. I'm just gonna hold it and put myself in this headspace. So I'm holding the controller right now. Me pulling the triggers, clicking. So you know what's going on. Feeling the texture. Alright, this is it. This is the controller. I'm in the headspace right here. In the controller space. So my best way to describe it is like, and it's weird, but it makes sense. It's like surround sound. The vibration is like surround sound, but in your hands. Because you hear a lot about the triggers, and you've probably seen videos of it, like, firing back. So the triggers like have resistance that is adaptive based on what's happening during the game. But that's not the only like crazy new thing about the controller. There's so many like different levels of precision and like vibration within the controller and different parts of the controller. Like, it's the difference between, if you've remember when vibration was first in controllers and it was just like a weight that would spin and it was just like no matter what. It's like that type of vibration versus like the little tiny tick that happens when you click like type in your phone. It's the like small little precise vibrations like that, or like the click of the home button in iPhones when it wasn't a button anymore, or the trackpad in Apple laptops. If you didn't know, it doesn't actually like press physically down. It just makes a very precise vibration. And that's what is the vibration like all throughout the PlayStation controller. And it varies in location and intensity, and it's just like it's super precise. So, and the reason I say it's like surround sound for like physically holding a controller is because, uh, you know, like there's a part in the like Astro's Playroom demo game where the menu, like the text flashes across the screen, and you feel the weight, like the vibration go from left to right through the controller with that, right? And then just the like there's little like an explosion will make a much more intense and like all around the controller vibration versus like if you're walking on ice in the game, it's really like a little plink 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 in like the very middle of the controller, while there's a subtle like so there's like okay, I'm gonna try to regroup my thoughts and say it in a different way because I feel like I'm not doing a good job. So there's a part in the game where you are like sliding on ice, and with every step, it's like an ice skate, and he's like sliding on the ice, and with every step, the initial step is like a plink that is a really sharp, tiny vibration, but throughout the whole thing, there's this subtle vibration across the whole controller that's more like the sliding and like the of him like sliding on the ice, but with every step, there's like this little precise little like plink or crack that happens. And then the walking through, like there's the part where you're walking through sand or like walking on metal. Like with the sand, there's a constant like dragging feeling that's just a really soft light. I don't even call it a vibration because it's just like a feeling in the controller of just like, you know, like dragging through sand. But then you step on the metal walkway and it's those precise little plinks, if that makes sense. I don't know if I'm doing a good job of explaining it, but it's just super immersive in a way that just lets you feel information about the game. Like it's a way of perceiving information in the game without having to like hear or see the information, right? Because you're touching through the controller. So the way it functions in a game like 2K is which is like a basketball game. I'm sure you know that. But you know, you're like the trigger is turbo, like to sprint, and the trigger will like be really hard to pull if you're in a situation where pulling the trigger and sprinting wouldn't really do anything. So like if you got knocked over and you're sitting on the ground and trying to get up, it'll almost lock the trigger. Like it'll be tough to pull it because obviously you're like falling over, and pulling the trigger and moving won't really do anything. So, or if you're getting tired, like more and more tired, the trigger becomes harder and harder to pull. So it's just like feeling the information about the character and the game and stuff rather than, you know, seeing a bar move up and down on the screen, which is pretty cool. Yeah, I like it. I've been enjoying one big or like subtle change that made a huge difference for me is the controller itself has a microphone in it, which I am 90% sure wasn't part of the PlayStation 4 controller. So you can still like plug any headphones into it, but now the mic is on the controller, which means that now I use my nice like Bose headphones that I sit on the computer with all day in the PlayStation controller, as opposed to like the plasticky PlayStation headset that I have, because now I can use my nice headphones and the mic in the controller. Whereas if I used my nice headphones before, I wouldn't be able to use a mic because I don't know, like the mic just wouldn't work from those headphones for some reason. I don't know, but excuse me. But we have this, you know, the little default PlayStation, like not the greatest headset to sit on your ears for hours and hours and hours. But my Bose headphones, like I don't even know they're there. And the sound quality is like way better, you know, so just the whole like the longevity of how long I can sit and play is very much increased, like due to just everything working right, you know, and the headphones being really nice while still being able to do party chat and everything, you know. And I can still play with all my PS4 friends. I can get in the same party chat as my friends that still have a PS4. which is most of them. So that's cool. What else, dude? Yeah, what do you guys want to know about the PS5? I got it. I'll talk about how I got it. I freaking I followed a bunch of Twitter accounts that tweet out links when stuff is restocked, and the account that I followed tweeted out a link to this place, ANT Online, which no one had ever heard of, and everyone was responding like, "Is this site real? Is this?" Oh, I think I actually told this last week when I talked about how I got the PS5, but so watch that episode of the podcast if you want to hear it. But basically, like, this site that was super, everybody thought it was sketchy, but I was just like, okay, if I use PayPal, it's gonna go through, and if it's fake, I can recharge back from PayPal. So, for better or worse, turns out it was for better. Like, before thinking, I had already put it in my cart, checked out, and then I started reading everything. I was like, well, should I have done this? And the short of it is, obviously it's real, and here it is. I have a PS5, but the poor reviews and stuff that they all got was for like customer service and returning stuff and canceling orders without notice if credit cards didn't accept the charge immediately, which is kind of sketch. But basically, I use PayPal, and obviously I'm not planning on returning it, so those issues didn't apply to me, and here I am with the PS5. So that's very good. And I like when I knew I was getting it, the day I knew it was gonna come, which was Tuesday. It's Friday now, and the day I knew it was gonna come, I like stayed up really late the night before, doing a bunch of work so I could kind of catch up for a day and have a free day just to play the PlayStation all day, which is absolutely what I did. And yeah, now I'm back to my original grind. I got a bunch of videos to edit. Got my own videos to make to catch up on. This podcast is a day late because I was just working all day yesterday. And I'm gonna try to get a video out just like about, I kind of filmed my first experiences with the PlayStation, and maybe I'll make this podcast. I'll chop this podcast into that video. It's actually a great idea. And then I won't have to film again. I used to do that. I would take pieces from from the podcast and put them into videos, but I just started making once I quit my job and stuff, I had more free time, but now I have less free time because I have so many client jobs that it might be useful to use this podcast talk about the PS5 in my video about the PS5 that I want to make this week or today or tomorrow. Yeah, but I guess that's my PS5 update. Thanks for checking in. You can get a free Thrive sticker. Dude, I put a Thrive sticker on my PS5 controller dock here. I don't know if you can see it. It fits super well because how it like slants slightly forward right here, just like my Thrive logo. Obviously the colors work as well, but if you got a controller dock on your PS5 and you want to stick a Thrive sticker on it, there for free in the description as always. Thank you for checking in. I'll see you guys on the PlayStation Network.
It's easy to remember. Now I see.